Hello, and welcome back. My name is Clark. We are back here in my lovely little zoo in progress. And where we left off was this lovely little home for our Asian small-clawed otter. I have done a couple things off screen. I don't remember exactly what I've done off screen relative to what I did in the video, but I do know that at least part of that included adding this educational content, excuse me, as well as this sign for our Asian small-clawed otter. I did go and add the sign for the Mustelids building. There will probably be another sign here, just because this building is really huge and guests are going to be seeing it from like multiple like angles and stuff. But I also went ahead and added in some roof detail, mainly these two big old HVAC units that I just pieced together to kind of add some detail up here because I thought it looked a little bit bland on the roof. I've added in some facilities like this water treatment I just added because we're having some problems with cleanliness of our Himalayan brown bear habitat, which that problem should go away once we hit play and the water treatment actually starts to work. Seals are stressed, they're always going to be stressed. But yep, that problem is gone. And I also did some basic preliminary preparations for our next habitat, which is going to be the Wolverine. I copied over that door from the Asian small-clawed otter habitat, little garage door action. I was very happy with the way this turned out, so I was quick to use it again. This one is a little bit shorter, so I had to modify it, but it's basically a copy and paste. And here we have our designated area for our Wolverines. It is a touch big. I want to say they require somewhere in the ballpark of... excuse me, I am tired. They require somewhere in the ballpark of like 700, 750 square meters. We've got close to double that. We're also going to need some climbing frames and stuff. But, you know, that's something that you know, that 1,300 isn't going to be close to the number that they're actually going to end up with. I also kind of polished, oh no, really? Come on, man. No, I also kind of polished up this staff area, added a fun little break area for everybody, as well as walled it off and then added guest barriers so that the guests can't get close enough that they get like perturbed. I bet it was these people. Look at that, they're on a nice little date. They're holding hands, just littering together at the zoo. That's fun. That's great. Wouldn't that be a mean shoot? You know, I could think of no better way. No better way to spend one's time than just going to the zoo for a date in which you just litter. Anywho, I'll just put this guy like right here so that hopefully it doesn't happen again. We'll leave it just one for now. I don't know why they're over here, honestly. There's nothing over here for them to see. Nothing. There's no habitats. There's no food places. There's no nothing. So they literally, excuse me, they just came over here to litter, and that's really frustrating. The thing is, that's a coffee cup. The closest coffee shop is all the way over here. And so I'm sure the game doesn't like logically work like that. I don't think that's the closest one anyway. But like, you know, the image, the story that I'm spinning in my head is that they were carrying a coffee from all the way to the front of the frickin' zoo, and the number of trash cans they had to have passed after finishing that coffee, because it's not a short walk. And they just drop it here, and that's just so incredibly frustrating. Like, I mean, anywho, what we're going to be doing for our Wolverine habitat is I'm probably just going to put up some sort of wall right here to separate it from this garden area. To be quite honest, I'm not sure if I'm going to extend the habitat all the way over here. I might just keep it in the defined habitat area and then fill it with like trees and foliage and whatnot. But then we're probably going to do something I'll go ahead and do just while I'm sitting here, honestly, is I'm going to go ahead and define, or I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these and put in our, let's see here, I'm going to go and put in our window on this side. So we're going to do that. But yeah, the I want to have a bunch of like windows into habitats around this this little circular like carnivora building. Okay, duplicate, remove, but damn, I'm sorry, I'm really frustrated about these guests littering, and it's like it'd be one thing if it was like, oh, I haven't put in waste, I haven't put in trash cans there, and while I hadn't put in trash cans there, I'll give them that. There was literally nothing over there. There was no reason for them to be over there. Like, there was no habitat, there was no, like, guest facilities there, not so much as a bathroom, and they're just sitting there like, ooh, you know what'll be fun and dastardly is if we just go over here and litter like a couple of hooligans. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, the Wolverine habitat is coming up. The Wolverine has a very wide range that includes areas that are very close to where this zoo is set. As a result, like, we don't really, this really doesn't have to be an indoor habitat, and if the area wasn't already like designated for them that had an indoor portion, then I'd probably be making it an entirely outdoor habitat. They're accustomed to pretty cold weather. They live pretty much anywhere in the northern hemisphere. If you look at our Wolverine here. But I mean, like, look at the range. Like, the range includes, like, right there. Like, Oslo is, like, maybe just barely outside of that range. But it's close enough. Plus, they have a wide range of temperature requirements here. So I think that while the Asian small-clawed otter habitat I made indoor-outdoor because I was short on space. This one I'm making indoor-outdoor out of like genuine, like, yes, I think this is the way to go about it. I'm not entirely sure what I think that maybe we might be in the cards for some like a tunnel network here with the domes. I think this will be a good spot for one, like for an entrance at least. I might just expand this cave over to cover up that entrance to make it look actually kind of genuine. And then I could put in a couple of these, because honestly the habitat's going to be kind of big. Big, not in an area, not in terms of like walkable area, but in terms of like overall area. Like this habitat is technically like twice as big as the bare minimum would suggest that it be. But yeah, I'm thinking about, I really like how the barrier turned out on the indoor portion of the Asian small-clawed otter habitat, and I'm not going to do anything like that for this one, just because it's like a tropical one, but I'm really hoping to find, I'm really hoping to do something that provides similar energy, and I might cage it in on the inside, just because they can climb, so at the very least, it's going to have to be a taller fence. Oh, goodness. With, like, glass, maybe. With, like, glass viewing for the guests. I have yet to decide. But, you're going to be watching as I build it. So, you'll see soon. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. And I will see you on the other side.
silapa sizowaka. Nisibona silapa thina sizowaka. Thina nisibona silapa sizowaka. Nisibona silapa thina sizowaka. Nisibona silapa thina sizowaka.
welcome back. And welcome for the first time to the Wolverine habitat. Now, I lovingly named this habitat the Big House for any Michigan. Oh, dang, I forgot to add foliage over there. I'll go back and do that later. But no, I lovingly named this habitat the Big House for reasons that I hope are obvious. Of course, as soon as I start rolling, then bam, animals die. Yeah, it should be obvious why I named this habitat the Big House. You know, for our reigning national champions in college football. But anywho, oh, that's not good. I'm sorry, what? Oh, that's really bad. That is... How in the heck did you get up there? I don't even know if this is a grizzly bear or if this is the Himalayan brown bear. Okay, I'm assuming where he is. It's probably a grizzly bear. How did this happen? How? Is this tree climbable? Well, that's probably our problem right there. We're gonna go ahead and emergency capture. And get that guy. Get that guy. Oh, dang, he's just gonna be popped. He's just gonna be chilling up there in that big old box. Anyway, of course, everything just hits the fan as soon as I you know, get back to recording on play. But anyway, named the Big House because of, you know, Wolverines. And this one took a while. I did this in 2 separate recordings just because I was very tired of building. I stopped right after finishing the indoor like barriers and cage and stuff. But all in all, though, I'm pretty pleased with the result. Again, per usual, I've made a habit of doing this, but as of the recording of this video, I've yet to add any peripheral media around the outside, meaning sign that labels this as the Wolverine habitat, or any educational material. But you know, the rest of it's done. I used these big bark pieces to kind of make a fun and unique wall. I'm not 100% sure whether or not I like it. I really like the texture of it, but it's, I don't know. Maybe I should go back and break it up with something else, because it just feels a little bit monotonous. You know, it's just like it's a big open expanse. But there are a lot of walls in this habitat that I didn't want people looking through, so I did use a lot of concrete barriers. They are kind of, and then just ended up hiding them with these rocks. So for the most part, when you see rocks, then that's why. Only exception being over here, in which case I used the rocks to cover up some terrain. You can still kind of see where it's a little bit messed up, but just because of this underwater viewing gallery from the giant otter habitat. All in all, though, I'm pretty pleased with how this one turned out. They had buffalo grass in their like, you know, they live in places where buffalo grass is found. So what the heck? Well, what? Goodness gracious. Feed the otters, please. Should not be getting animals or hungry notifications. Oh, look at them! Look at them! Look at him! We got babies! What's he doing? Hey, friend, Kadak. Oh, he's just a few months old. Endless Starry. Oh, okay. I know that the Wolverines are the focus of this video, and we'll get back to them, but my goodness. Oh, I'm so excited to have baby small clawed otters. They were able to be, I haven't even had the game run for that long, except for the time that I pressed play to get the Wolverines in here. But, all in all, though, I'm pretty pleased with how this one turned out. Like I said, due to complete just tomfoolery on my part, I didn't realize that I didn't add foliage over here at the base of these trees, so I'm gonna go back and do that, as well as kind of this little area right here. But for the most part, though, it's all wrapped up. I need to add a little bit of shrubbery around this bush. This is a bush, by the way. Which is kind of mind-blowing to me. It's like, at what point do you stop calling it a bush and start calling it a tree? 'Tis beyond me. But anywho, thank you for tuning in. We got a big episode next. As soon as I say that, just animals keep on dying. Why are the animals hungry? Do we... I need to just... I'm gonna fix this on screen. Because my concern is that maybe... What are you doing? That's why! Well, one, you're not trained. It doesn't look like... They can't get in. Why can't they get in? Is it because these guys... I put these here as... Honestly, you know what? I don't even need them there anymore. I put them there originally to keep guests from getting back here. Because, you know, guests can just walk through walls. They can just do that. They're magic. But now that I've put a floor over here and I don't have to see that ugly staff path. I don't think the staff path is ugly, actually. That might be a hot take. But, no, I think the staff path is a good looking, I think the staff path is a good looking thing. Alright. Can you actually go in there now? Thank you. Animals are starving because they couldn't figure out how to get through a doorway. Look at that. Matthew's hungry. My God. I don't even know why there's a problem here. Okay, I'm just gonna pause it. Yeah, a lot of animals are hungry. Okay, this is tremendously frustrating. So we've got 10 staff members, at least 2 of which have to be keepers. 2 of which are keepers. He's resting. He's preparing food. Okay, good. So, okay, yeah, inspecting grizzly den. Okay, good. So food for the grizzlies is on the way. As for the Mustelid's house, we've got, okay, so yeah, she's getting rest, but to be quite honest, they need food now. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a second keeper. It's something that I was likely gonna end up doing anyway. I'll add the second keeper, and then later on I can just move this keeper to a different staff zone and train up the other one. And now, I stop running. You need to be assigned to a work zone. Although I'm assuming that if you're rushing, that you're feeding the starving animals, which is exactly what you should be doing. Anywho, problems hopefully solved. Thank you for tuning in, and be sure to join me next time, because next time I am building the tiger habitat. I am moving away from this general area, and when I say this general area, I mean the area that I'm circling and not much more, because next habitat's probably going to be somewhere over here. But I'm very excited, so I do hope to see you on the other side. And thank you for tuning in. And let me pause it. Let me get ready to stop the recording before I wish you adieu. Bye.